We were hoping for. We get to celebrate a bunch of games this year, and that's been fun. And we wanted this one because it was the next one. It was our next opportunity to take care of home. It was an opportunity to just get another win, and unfortunately we didn't do that. But I thought there were a lot of things that we did in the second half, in particular, that was pretty uncharacteristic of who we are and who we want to be. And that led to points because, again, Middle is a great team. They have 5 scorers on the floor at all times, and they exploit your mistakes. And we unfortunately made some mistakes, particularly in the third, but also in the fourth, that just allowed them to capitalize and get some points and get some momentum on their favor. But yeah, this one hurts. I do like the fight that we showed in the fourth to make it back, to a single-digit game. I'm going to remember this feeling. I hope the players remember this feeling. We enjoy a few days off here for Christmas, and we're ready to get back to work so that we don't feel this feeling too often.
Defensively, what? Lack of communication, breakdowns?
Yeah, lack of communication, lack of breakdowns. Too many breakdowns. And just, I didn't feel like we had the urgency in the third and the fourth that we had in the first and the second. So we allowed too many mistakes, and again, like I said, you're leaving shooters open when you make mistakes. And I knew they were going to get hot. They had only made 2 at half, but they made 5 in the second half from the 3-point line. It was all communication, but a big part of that was our urgency to have that communication, and our urgency if we had a mistake, how we were going to respond to that mistake we had.
Coach, at what point did you think once you tried to reset the group and you have to call in a timeout, were you hoping for them to immediately answer the call?
Yeah, for sure. You're hoping to, make the momentum go back into your favor. You're hoping that swings back in your favor. And it did for a possession or two, but then they got rolling back again. If there were some things I would do over, I would do over. I thought today coming out of timeouts, we didn't always execute. And prior to this game, every game we had been really good coming out of timeouts. And so we would talk about what we were doing defensively, and then we'd come out and not do it. Or we're running a play, this is the person you're hitting, and we hit a wrong person. So just a little lackluster at times, and I thought pretty uncharacteristic of who we are and what we're trying to be.
You made much more when it comes to effort to get Malia involved early?
Malia for the last 2 games has been a tale of 2 halves. She's been slow in the first half. She's been great in the second half. She got shots in the first half. They just weren't falling in her favor. But then in the second half, she started getting to the free throw line and making some things happen. So we got to figure out a way. Again, I mentioned last week, she's still just a sophomore, but I need to get her going quicker and get her off to quicker starts. Honestly, I felt like Malia and Ashley both the last 2 games have been a tale of 2 halves, and they've got both going in the second half. But if Malia and Ashley are clicking in the first, maybe our lead's a little bit bigger, and some of these mistakes maybe don't start to happen. But we're a great team when Malia and Ashley are going, and we just couldn't get them going in the first half.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys weren't even able to get a shot off in the last minute of the game. Was it something they were doing or something just mental with the team?
Yeah, with sideline out of bounds, when we were trying to get stuff, they were switching a lot of things, so the plays that we were looking for weren't always there. But I think to some degree they knew that it had became a little bit out of reach, so I don't know. But that's definitely something we'll work on. I think we got in our own heads a little bit, and we were looking for other options and not taking the options that were there.
And then what was the message to the team right now?
Yeah, remember this feeling. Remember what it feels like. There's still a lot of season ahead. I thought there was things that we did to ourselves to lose this basketball game. Again, not taking anything away from Middle. They're a great team, but they capitalize off of mistakes, and they exploit your mistakes. And we had too many in the third and fourth. But again, remember what this feels like. Go home, enjoy some time with your family, enjoy the holidays. But there's a long season ahead. We got an opportunity right after Christmas to still send a message to the conference of who we are and what we're about. And again, this team's picked to win the conference. We were picked to finish 4th. again, I'm not into moral victories, but I thought we showed that we can hang with them, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Because is it tough for a team to go out there every game having that undefeated record?
It is. I'm sure everybody that's coming in to play us is saying, let's be the one to snap their streak. And when you have the team that's ranked number one in the conference coming in, they have the benefit of they are ranked number one, or they're picked to be finished number one, and they're trying to get the bullseye of being the one that took the streak into the streak. So definitely hard, but I thought again our urgency could have been a lot better in the third and fourth, and maybe the outcome is a little bit different.
With this being your first loss, does the break kind of not hurt you but frustrate you? Because normally you want to get back into it.
Yeah, you do. Again, I was with Westmore for 8 years at NC State. The break's needed. The break is needed, and I've learned that from him. Players need it. Coaches need it. And I'm hoping that everybody comes back rejuvenated and, again, remembers this feeling, and we're ready to hit the ground running. And, we got to turn the page. We got to turn the page, and we can't keep thinking about it. But I hope that everyone's eager to get back and eager to right our wrong and protect home court on the 29th.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Matthew, you have any questions?
Yeah, I got one. A loss was probably going to come at some point. You probably weren't going to run the entire table. How significant is it to you that it comes against a team, one, that's pretty good and projected to be good in this conference, and two, that you're going to see again in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we do. We turn around and we see them. I think January 11th is crazy. We see them twice before we even see half of the conference. So I don't always understand the scheduling with Conference USA. I hated that we were both playing each other on December 20th, to be honest with you. But, again, they're a great team. But, we have another opportunity to play them. And there's a strong likelihood that we could see them a third time. You never know. So, they're a great team. Does that make it feel any better that we lost? No, not really. But again, wins and losses do definitely happen. And it's how we bounce back from this, how we respond to this. Do we lay down or do we punch back at our next game and say, this is who Rice women's basketball is?
Well, wish y'all best of luck.
Thank you, Matthew. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for being here. Happy holidays.
Same to you.